Now, Manny Medina, CEO of tech unicorn and sales engagement platform Outreach, who I met a year ago through my Fort Knox digital show, and Ralph de la Vega, former AT&T vice chairman, mobile technology pioneer from the early days of the smartphone, and now board member at Outreach. Guys, welcome. Manny, I want to talk about how Ralph on your board came together, but first, let's talk about Outreach for a moment, because you're about efficiency, engagement in sales, and the sales motion and sales game has changed so dramatically in the past year of remote work. What's business like, and what are your kind of imperatives and goals now?
Business has been incredible. The tailwinds generated by COVID just accelerated the digital transformation in sales. And now we're in a world in which all sales are moving to digital. And 70 to 80% of buyers actually want a digital experience. And, it's hard to keep our sellers safe. Traveling is dangerous. Going abroad becomes a situation in which you have to deal with, the COVID situation in that particular country. Plus, the amount of savings that you're having from not having to travel is just panning out to be this, this one singular event that is changing sales to completely being an online, from your office or from home kind of transaction that is measurable, and now we can optimize it. We can make it better, and we can make it even more personal because we have technology all over it.
And Ralph, from big technological changes, having worked in AT&T's consumer business for the launch of the smartphone on the business side, as the cloud was gearing up. How did this board on Outreach thing happen?
Well, it happened on your program. I guess that was the beginning of it, John. Manny and I had never met, but after we connected on CNBC's Opportunity and Race in America, we continued to discuss, and finally Manny says, hey, I'd love to have you on my board. And the amazing thing is when I looked at Manny's business model and its mission for Outreach, I completely relayed to the B2B experience that I had at AT&T, where I was responsible for sales in over 200 countries around the world. They have a platform, John, that focuses specifically on the salesperson to make the salesperson more effective, and at the same time to digitize the things that they do. The pandemic accelerated the digitization of the sales process, and I don't think there's any going back. The same people that Manny referred to in their survey, the clients, not only prefer the digital interactions, but they also say they're here to stay. They're not going to go away. So I think his platform makes the sales rep more effective. In addition, it makes the CRM systems that companies use more effective, because instead of the reps having to manually input into those systems, Outreach does it for them. So the beautiful thing is better effectiveness of the sales force. The sales force concentrates on selling, and Outreach does the rest, including making those CRM systems more accurate and more timely and more useful to the corporations.
Well, Manny, you got him up to speed really quick. I mean, he's already, now granted, Ralph is already on the board of American Express, New York Life, and a couple of others, so he knows how to do this thing. But talk to me, Manny, about representation on boards, because that's one of the subjects we've hit multiple times on CNBC, kind of depth and breadth of experience that comes from people of different backgrounds. How's that shaping up on your board?
So I'm glad you asked that question, because it's super important for us. We want to reflect the demographic of America. And boards at this moment do not reflect the demographic of America. We don't have enough, we don't have enough women, we don't have enough minorities, we don't have enough Hispanics, we don't have enough blacks. And we are part of the fabric of America and part of the fabric of the technology innovation that is happening. So as a Hispanic immigrant, as a person of color, I'm really bought into the fact that we have to look like our customers, and we have to look like the places where we live. So it's a core value for us, and we get strength from diversity and inclusion. And I'm so excited to have Ralph on our board to help us drive that agenda forward. We already have Sarah Imbach and Sue Bostrom as board members in our board, but having Ralph is additional firepower to continue to deliver on that mission and that vision.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.